All that you achieve and all that you fail to achieve is a direct result of how you think. We're continuing the reading. This will be a short one today. James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. We are on chapter 5, The Thought Factor in Achievement. The chapters aren't labeled in my book, but I labeled them. So The Thought Factor in Achievement is the title of this chapter. This is my bookmark. This is a postcard from my good friend Katie May when she was in Iceland. I love using cards, pictures as bookmarks so I can keep them and save them when they have use. All right, let's read a little bit of this and we will continue on through the week. So the thought factor in achievement. All that a man achieves and all that he fails to achieve is the direct result of his own thoughts. I'll read from my screen so I'm not looking down. All that we achieve and all that we fail to achieve is the direct result of our own thoughts. In a justly ordered universe where loss of equipoise would mean total destruction, individual responsibility must be absolute. We must take responsibility for our life because that's all we have control of. It's very painful, but it's the truth. A man's weakness and strength, purity and impurity are his own and not someone else's, not another man's. They are brought about by himself and not by another. And they can only be altered by himself, never by another. His condition is also his own and not another man's. His suffering and his happiness are evolved from within. As he thinks, so he is. As he continues to think, so he remains. A strong man cannot help a weaker unless that weaker is willing to be helped. This is so important. Okay, y'all know I'm a therapist and I never work harder than my clients. Someone told me that and I locked it into my mind. Think about, you're probably the therapist in other people's lives, unofficially. Co-workers, family members, siblings, friends, they come to you for help and they be with boo-boo who be doing stupid stuff, but they keep going to boo-boo and you're like, I keep telling you what to do and you're not doing it. So you see people continuing and you're that person to other people. We keep doing things that we know are wrong. We're getting advice, we're getting the answers, but we're just not doing it. That's the knowing doing gap, my friends. Lesson 2 in the coaching program. So why do we keep doing what we know we shouldn't be doing? Why do our friends keep doing? Why do our family, parents, siblings, kids, why do they do what they know they shouldn't do? We're giving them the advice. We're telling them what to do, but they're not doing it. We cannot do for others what they are unwilling to do for themselves. So a therapist told me, Carla, never work harder than your clients. Never work harder than your clients. If my client comes in every week in the same cycle, in the same pattern, which is totally fine, that's how we learn, but that's their business. I'm just here to sit with it and to point out, well, this kind of seems like the same thing you were doing last week and the week before, and the week before, and the year before. Like, and you continue to be in pain. That was the truth for me. I continued to do the same things over and over, and I was hooting and hollering and think that something had to change out here. I was in such pain. I got journals to prove it. Damn, we keep doing things that don't make us feel good, but we think there's another way. I thought there was another way. I thought I was being punked. I thought that God was punking me. I thought that I was special in the sense of God helps everyone else, but not me. Clearly, I'm different. God, I'm doing everything right. I don't know what your problem is. This is fucked. Whatever. I was pissed, existential rage. But all of that, so a stronger man, so even say God cannot help you. God cannot help a weak man unless the weak man is willing to be helped. I was not willing to be helped. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to do it. Why? Because it made me feel uncomfortable. It made me feel uncomfortable. I've shared many times my journey in sobriety. I knew I shouldn't be drinking. I swear, if God had a voice, it whispered in my ear directly, Carla, stop drinking. And I was like, are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Because look at so-and-so over here. They a mess. My life is working. I'm actually successful. So I don't think that was the right advice because I can handle everything. I didn't listen. That's intuition. That's a whole nother topic. But I knew I shouldn't have been doing certain things. And until I was ready to hear and willing to accept the advice, the help, the suggestion, that's when I changed. A strong man cannot help a weaker unless that weaker is willing to be helped. And even then, the weak man must become strong himself. Don't try to fix anybody. Don't try to help anybody. Don't try to save anybody. A lot of times we have that, it's very deep-seated and very insidious people pleasing. Well, I'm just a really good person. I believe, that people should be, I just like to help. Do you? Or are you just avoiding your own work? Don't be on a mission to change anything but yourself. I remember one time there was this, I think it was Abraham Hicks, I don't remember, but it was this woman who so fervently stood up, and I think it was something about maybe health, food, or something. And she goes, I'm on a mission to change the foods that we eat in schools, something to that effect. And I want to change. And the Abraham Hicks said, I'm really sorry about that. And she goes, what do you mean? She goes, that's a good luck, lady. You can't change anybody. You can only change yourself and be an example. Build with like-minded people, but don't force. Don't go out and try to put your shit on other people. Put your shit on yourself until you are clearly ordered in your own life and you have your stuff together. Can you then go out and try to tell other people or change other people? You are helping just being the example of doing that sort of work, that internal work. And I find often that when people are zealots, when people are so passionate about pointing out something that's wrong or something that's dangerous or something that's unhealthy, something that needs to be changed, they need to change this, it's because they themselves have other things, maybe not related to what they're focused on, that they are screwed up about themselves. So they're angry with themselves for not living right in an area. So then they point out another area of someone else's life that should be fixed. It's like, you cannot point fingers until you have cleaned up your own mess. No one should be pointing fingers anyway. And, I know I'm humorous with this stuff. I hope, at least I hope I come off that way. So if I'm coming off, pointing fingers or yelling, really, it's at myself. And that's what anybody does. So if you ever hear a personal development coach, a therapist, a public speaker, anybody who has a platform and they're angry or they're yelling about something, it's because they themselves struggle with that. And they're really talking to themselves, hopefully, but some people don't. They think that it's like the smoker. Oh, for example, like I am sober, right? I don't care if anybody drinks. God bless you. Boo, you want me to go get you a shot from the bar? Like, I don't care. I can't do it, but anybody else can do whatever they want. I don't care. But if someone comes to me in pain and says, Carla, I think I have a problem with drinking and I need help, come here, my baby. I will help you. But my experience is not everybody else's experience. So I'm not going to sit on my, high horse over here and be like, what's in your cup? You ignorant, unconscious peasant. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's like somebody who smokes or does drugs. They quit, and then a week later, they're like side-eyeing and deep eye rolling at other people who do it. It's like, relax, buddy. Not everybody has a problem with it. There's many people who healthily have a happy relationship with alcohol. I ain't one of them. So we cannot help people who are not willing to be helped, who don't realize they need it. I ain't trying to change nobody. I ain't trying to help nobody, really. If you are helped, that is a bonus. I'm just trying to help myself. I'm trying to work on myself, trying to develop myself. And by doing that, can I help anybody? Simply by just being an example of excellence and achieving. That's who I look up to. One of my good friends, Aziza, she's amazing. She's always going for big goals, and she just got a new job in Philadelphia, and just that's inspiring. She doesn't preach. She doesn't tell everybody what they should do. She just does. Her life is an example. So that was just one paragraph of the thought factor and achievement, but I love this book. It is the best book ever. So have a wonderful day, and we'll continue with this chapter tomorrow. And yeah, any questions, message me. Have a good day.